The success paradox. Kind of sounds weird, right? But today, we're going to dig into why being just a little bit more delusional might actually be the most rational way to get ahead.
So let's just get right to it. Is success really about hard work and talent, or is it just math? We hear it all the time, right? Hustle harder, be the best. But is that the whole story? Or are we all just rolling the dice and hoping for the best?
I got really tired of all the cliches and the motivational quotes, so I decided to nerd out a little. I figured, hey, what if I treat this like a science problem? So that's exactly what I did. I actually built a computer simulation to model the careers of creative people, including myself, to see what the cold, hard data could tell us.
Okay, so let's dive into this little experiment. I call it simulating success. This is how I tried to find an answer. Here's the basic setup. Imagine this little digital world with 1,000 aspiring creators. Some of them are super talented, others, they're still working on it. And then, and this is the most important part, I threw in random lucky break events, like that one video that just blows up for no reason. The goal for every single one of them was the same: achieve that big breakout success. The whole point of this was to create a sort of digital battleground. On one side, you've got the hustle mindset, the idea that if you just grind hard enough, you'll win. And on the other side, the cold, stark reality of the odds. I really wanted to see what happens when pure effort crashes into pure random chance.
And wow, the results were pretty eye-opening. So what drives success? Well, as you can see, talent absolutely matters. For sure, it's a big piece of the puzzle. But then look at this other bar. That's luck. And it plays a surprisingly huge role. I mean, a massive role. In so many of the simulations, it was literally the one thing that separated the good from the superstars.
And that brings us to something I've started calling the luck factor. And I'll be honest, it's a really uncomfortable truth that we have to grapple with. Get this. The simulation showed that for even the most talented people in the group, the odds of having that major breakthrough moment were just incredibly low, sometimes as low as 1 in 10,000. Just let that sink in for a second. That's a number you don't hear in all those inspiring success stories, is it? And this right here, this is exactly where that nagging feeling of imposter syndrome comes from. You know that voice in your head that says your success is a fluke? Well, it's because deep down, we might realize just how much of a role luck played. It can leave you with this persistent feeling that you didn't really earn it, that you're just a fraud who got a lucky break. Looking at this data, I couldn't help but ask myself that very same question. How much of my own journey was actual skill, and how much was just being in the right place at the right time? It's a pretty vulnerable question to ask yourself, but it's a really important one. So, if the odds are so stacked against us, what are we supposed to do? Just give up? No way. This is where we get to what I call the delusion solution. It's a framework for pushing ahead. All right, so what in the world is strategic delusion? It's basically a two-part mindset. First, you look reality right in the eye. You acknowledge the uncomfortable truth that luck is a huge, uncontrollable factor. But then, and this is the magic part, you choose to act as if you have total control anyway. You pour all of your energy into the one thing you can control. How many times you try. Now, let's be super clear. This is not the same thing as blind optimism. Blind optimism is basically ignoring the terrible odds and just hoping everything works out. Strategic delusion is different. It's about seeing the odds clearly, acknowledging them, and then deciding to act in a way that gives you the best possible chance to beat them. It's hope, but with a battle plan. So the whole point of this is to increase your surface area for luck. Think about it like this. You can't control when lightning strikes, right? But you can decide to go stand in a wide open field holding a giant metal rod during a thunderstorm. Metaphorically, of course. Every project you ship, every video you post, every connection you make, it's like buying another lottery ticket. You're just giving luck more targets to hit. So how do you actually put this into practice? It's a pretty simple 3-step process. Step 1, acknowledge reality. Don't lie to yourself about the odds. Step 2, act with agency. That just means focusing 100% on the things that are actually within your power. And step 3, the big one, maximize attempts. Ship more work, take more shots, simple as that. All right, let's bring this all together for the big takeaway. Success is this wild, unpredictable cocktail of talent and pure luck. You can't control the luck part of that equation, no matter how hard you try. But you have absolute, total control over your actions. And the more actions you take, the more chances you give that lightning to strike.
Which brings us to the final question, and it's the one I really want to leave you with. Knowing that the odds are long, but also knowing that you can influence them by taking action, what's that big, ambitious, maybe even seemingly crazy goal that is worth being strategically delusional about? What's a delusion that's valuable enough for you to pursue?